Yo, it's your boy Ringo back again with another video, Ringo TV Reactions. And we talking about the situation with Tory Lanez. As most of you know, Tory Lanez was recently stabbed about 14 times. I talked about that in a YouTube short. And we just want to talk about the situation because he was stabbed by a LIFER, a Mexican LIFER. And, he's not really doing too well. 14 times in the penitentiary getting stabbed. It's just not a good look. And what this show is how people, when they go to these penitentiaries, man, it's to take their soul, man. It's to end their life. This LIFER was trying to take Tory out. You know what I'm saying? It's a failed attempt to kill him. He was supposed to be dead. So what does this mean for Tory Lanez? It means that he's not safe. And also, what this also says to me is a lot of the Black Hebrew Israelites got it wrong when they said that Mexicans are Israelites. No, they're not. And this is something I've been preaching for a long time. That's not a shot to all Mexicans, but at the end of the day, I'm just keeping it 1,000. You know what I mean? You're not our people. And this is a clear-cut case. And at this point, Tory is going to have to kind of connect with some black folk in there, even though I don't even recommend that. But in the penitentiary, if you're not connected with nobody, you're alone. So he's going to have to get down with somebody, possibly join a gang or whatever the case is. Because to be honest, nobody don't owe him nothing. In the penitentiary, there is no friends. Whether they black, Mexican, it doesn't really matter. All of that black brother stuff goes out the window. You serving time just like everybody else. And by the pure fact he's Tory Lanez, of course somebody's going to want to make a name for themselves. So this Mexican guy, he don't got nothing to lose because he's serving life. You know what I mean? So let me read up a couple of things. Shout out to everybody joining in. Make sure you hit the like button, man. A lot of y'all be just coming into the show and y'all just don't hit the like button, man. It don't make no sense. You got to support the show. I'm the only content creator that keep it a buck. I'm the only content creator that provide the best commentary. And I don't get no recognition for the work that I do for the community. And yet everybody else will come watch what I talk about, regurgitate the same talking points, and then they get all these views and support, and it doesn't make any sense. So you, the people, are the ones that is not supporting the work. At the end of the day, it's not YouTube. It's not no shadow banning. It's you, the people. You, the people, either make or break the work that we do. So hit the like button, right? So now it says Tory Lanez shanked over a dozen times. Both lungs collapsed. He was supposed to die. He was supposed to die. It was a hit that was put out on him. This doesn't just happen. Nobody don't shank you 14 times. He was supposed to be dead. For whatever reason, God was watching over him. Somebody had a prayer. Somebody's praying for this man. Now, despite what you may feel about Tory Lanez, he don't deserve this, man, especially being thrown in prison over a damn woman, And this is why when you're in the industry and you getting money, you got to just stay out of the way, man. It's like a lot of times people get into these industries, they start making money and they feel they're above reproach. They're above everything, like nothing can't happen to them, like no woman gonna turn against you. No, more money, more problems. So you got to take care of yourself and protect yourself. And he basically fumbled the bag. He destroyed his life. And now he almost lost his life. And it's just not a situation that I wish on anybody. I mean, both lungs collapsed. This man got stabbed up in the back. I believe stabbed in the head. And it must have been a scary situation for him. Again, a person who got life in prison don't got nothing to lose. I mean, how do you punish a person with life in prison? What do? Give them more life? No, that person was sent, man. That person was sent to take Tory out. And it's sad when you look at all of these rappers, all of these industry people getting sent to prison one by one. Y'all don't see what's going on? This is what happens when you make deals with the devil. This is what happens when you don't got God in your life. You know? Now, somebody's praying for him, but at the end of the day, these guys, they been living a lifestyle that is reckless. Nobody's saying that he was perfect, but at the end of the day, he was living a reckless life, and that's what got him in prison, no matter how you see it. So it says that Tory Lanez was hospitalized in critical condition Monday after an angry inmate savagely attacked him with a prison shank, stabbing him over a dozen times, all over his body, with the rapper suffering collapsed lungs. So a professional killer went in on Tory Lanez. And what this says is that if you're a celebrity, you're not safe in prison. You know, all of that star status and all of that stuff, that don't get you nowhere in prison, man. You're going to learn that the hard way. Doesn't matter who you are. All of that stuff about, oh, I'm a rapper, I got respect in the hood, I could walk around. Nobody respect nobody, man. Especially in the hood. There is no friends in the hood. Just because you got money and you walking around doesn't mean there's not one person that would try you. Somebody would kill you in order to get a bag, you know? And Tory found out that just because you're Tory Lanez does not mean everybody rock with you. You know, for the LIFER to try to take him out, he was trying to make a name for himself. But then again, if you in prison for life, you already got a name for yourself. I'm pretty sure in the prison penitentiary, in the Mexican community in prison, I'm sure everybody know who that guy is. And they probably put him to take Tory out, probably to start a war in prison. You know, blacks versus the Mexicans. But something had to go down, you know? So it goes on and it says Tory's team says he was stabbed 14 times, including 7 times in his back, 4 times in his torso, twice the back of the head, and once in the left side of his face. So next time we see images of Tory Lanez, we're going to see stab marks on his face. So this guy got done in real bad. Getting stabbed over 7 times in your back, that person tried to kill you, man. That person tried to kill Tory Lanez. So somebody's praying. He got somebody praying for him right now. And, you know, some may say, well, if they praying for him, how he got stabbed? Well, it doesn't necessarily mean that the weapons is not going to be formed. It's just that it won't prosper. You know, the Bible even says no weapon formed against you shall prosper, right? So it says no weapon formed shall prosper, which means the job wasn't done. The weapon was used, but it didn't take him out. And this is why you don't want to be ultra religious when it comes to situations. People think that they could just pray everything away. That's not how it works. Life is still life. We still got bills to pay. You know, when you struggling to pay your bills and you trying to figure out how to get to the next day, you could pray all you want, but if you don't work, you ain't going to eat, right? It has nothing to do with God. It has to do with you being an active adult, doing what you're supposed to do. We all should know this. If you're an adult, you can't pray for your bills to get paid. You got to go out there and make it. You know what I mean? So somebody's praying for him. He got some auntie, grandma, mama, a father, somebody that's connected to God, put prayer out there. And the prayers that they had was already out there. They didn't just recently prayed. They prayed before he got in prison. And they were praying to the Most High to keep him safe because they knew when you go to penitentiary, man, somebody's going to try you, bro. It's either you're going to get attacked, you're going to be somebody's bitch, you're going to be a person they're going to extort for money. You're going to be something. There's a lot of dudes that come into prison and they get extorted for cash. And it's like, yo, You got to make sure you get me money in here and do this and that. And they take advantage of you. And this is why, as black men, you have to get out of that lifestyle, because it's not cool. You know, this man supposed to be out making music, making hits. You know, it's just like R. Kelly. R. Kelly recently had reported that he made over 20 something albums or something like that while in prison. And people are laughing at him, saying he got his priorities mixed up. I mean, what else you want the man to do? He in prison. He got to adapt to something. It's either you in the workout room, you on the yard working out, or you making albums. You got to do something to get yourself by, you know? So, hey, you got to stay sharp. So he was stabbed 14 times. I don't know exactly what his situation is, but let me continue reading. It says both of his lungs collapsed and Tory was placed on a breathing apparatus, though he is now breathing on his own, according to his camp. So they said that he was placed on a breathing apparatus, but as of now, they said he's breathing on his own. It says Tory Rep says he is in pain, but is talking normally, in good spirit, and deeply thankful to God for surviving. And he's thanking everyone out there who is supporting him. Tory's attorney, Jose Baez, tells TMZ, Tory is upbeat. He's in good spirits. He is recovering. He is a strong young man. He's expected to make he's expected to make a recovery. It goes on and says, as we reported, Tory was attacked at about 7:20 a.m., according to a state corrections official, by another inmate at the California Correctional Institution in Tehachapi, probably pronouncing that wrong. Tory was rushed by ambulance to an off-site hospital, then airlifted to Kern Medical Hospital due to the seriousness of his condition. It goes on and it says Tory Lanez, legal name Daystar Person, is serving time for shooting Megan Thee Stallion's feet in 2020, according to a party at Kylie Jenner's house in the Hollywood Hills. And see, this is why you shouldn't be going to these parties. And I'm pretty sure whatever the shooting situation was an accident. And that's the sad thing about this. I mean, nobody just pulls out a gun and just shoots you in your foot. You know what I'm saying? Things happen. The problem is that woman put him behind bars. And this is just an unfortunate situation in why you can't trust nobody in the industry, and people going to turn on you immediately. Because we saw the video, we saw all the footage, we saw everything. Nobody going to pull out a gun, shoot you in your foot, and throw their career away. It was a damn accident. You know what I mean? And it's just sad, man. But hey, let's get back to the content. It says he was convicted in 2022, and in 2023, he was sentenced to 10 years. It's interesting how they give him 10 years, right, for this alleged shooting of Megan Thee Stallion's foot, right? But yet, Daniel Penny, I believe his name is, you know, he gets to walk after killing Jordan Neely, you know, in the subway train. That make sense. And see, this is how corrupt society is, man. You get this man 10 years as if though he's a stone cold murderer. 10 years? How could you give somebody 10 years? That's crazy. They wanted to do this man in because when he was in the industry, he was rebelling against the powers that be. He's one of those artists that didn't bow his knee to the Illuminati. You know, he talked about this in videos, so they basically punished him. That's just how it is. And because he didn't want to go through the blood sacrifice rituals, they decided, you know what, we got to take this man out, because Tory is not dumb. The man is very smart. Believe it or not. Again, you could say a lot of things about people, but the man is actually smart. He's not dumb. And he knew that selling out to the industry wasn't in his best interest. So he rebelled and he figured out a way of how to make money. I talked about all of these things in previous videos. If you go back to the archives, if you just type in Tory Lanez on the platform, we covered the video where Tory was talking about how he figured out a way of how to make money without the industry. He figured out how to boss up, and the industry didn't like that. They didn't like the fact that Tory knew how to make money on his own, knew how to get to that paper, and he didn't need to be with the industry. They said, hell no, we're going to put your ass behind bars. And that's exactly what they did, guys. That's exactly what they did. And they basically plotted to take him out. And now they use this Mexican guy. Let me check out this article. Again, if you're joining in on the show, be sure to click the like button, right? It says Tory Lanez alleged prison attacker serving life for murder charge. So the guy who pretty much tried to take his life is serving life for a murder charge. So he's not new to murdering people. It says the guy who allegedly attacked and stabbed Tory Lanez in prison is serving a life sentence for a murder charge. And this wasn't his first violent incident behind bars, which means there has been other people behind bars in whom he attacked. You see what I mean? And see, this is what I don't understand about the penitentiary. If you got a guy that is serving life, right, and he commit acts of violence such as this in prison, you need to just put him to death. At this point, I don't understand why y'all keeping these kind of animals alive. Put a bullet in his head and take him out. This is why I believe that the penitentiary is nothing more than a system where they keep violent animals in there so that when they send certain people they're punishing to prison, they got to meet these demons in the penitentiary. Because if a man is serving life in prison, it makes no sense to keep him alive if he's committing acts like this. But by the pure fact this man stabbed Tory Lanez 14 times and tried to kill him. At that point, let's just kill the perpetrator, the attacker. Let's just kill him. Put him to death, man. It makes no sense. Because what punishment he's going to get? What are you going to do? Put him in some sort of confinement that's going to punish him? No, he tried to kill somebody. He already got life in prison. At that point, take him out, because he's going to continually attack other people. So the penitentiary is what promotes this, guys. The penitentiary is to blame for this. The institution, they're to blame for this because they harbor these criminals. They keep these criminals active. And no matter how many times they attack new people, they just let these guys thrive. There's no reason why this Mexican guy is alive. They should have put a bullet in his head once they found out that he stabbed up Tory Lanez. Just put a bullet in his head and end the day. It is what it is. I don't got a problem with that. I believe that criminals that are in prison for life, criminals that are out here doing this type of evil, just should be put to death because taxpayer dollars is going to keep these guys afloat in prison. And it don't make no sense. Why should people pay taxes to keep these damn animals alive? Put them to death and end the damn show. It don't make no sense, right? So it goes on and it says the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation. See, you can't rehabilitate this animal. You can't. It says the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation tells TMZ Tory was allegedly attacked by a fellow inmate, Santino Casio, around 7:20 a.m. on Monday morning in a housing unit at California Correction Institution, CCI, in Tehachapi or something along them lines. We're told prison staff immediately responded, called 911 and started giving Tory medical aid before transporting him to a hospital for further treatment. Tory's camp says he was stabbed 14 times and suffered a collapsed lungs. Casio has been placed in restricted housing pending an investigation. What is there to investigate? It don't make no sense. What do you mean pending an investigation? See, this is what I mean on how the system wastes time and taxpayer dollars investigating. There's nothing to investigate. He stabbed a man 14 times. Y'all know that already. You know what I mean? It don't make no sense at all, guys. Let me see. Okay. Yeah. Somebody in the live chat says Ringo is muted. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Once you say you can hear me, I'm going to put the person on block because we don't really have time to be playing these type of games, right? Because if I've been on all this time and nobody's saying nothing, then that's just dumb. Okay, so Polo with whatever, you're blocked for life, all right? We don't got time to be playing these games. Let's get back to the content. Okay, let's see what we got. So we're told Casio was sentenced to life with the possibility of parole for second-degree murder, first-degree attempted murder, personal use of a dangerous or deadly weapon, and inflicting great bodily injury. It goes on and it says, while incarcerated, CDCR says Casio was sentenced to 6 years for assaulting a prisoner with a deadly weapon or force likely to cause great bodily injury. We're told he was also sentenced to 2 years for possession and manufacture of a deadly weapon by a prisoner. Tory, legal name Daystar Person, is serving time for shooting Megan Thee Stallion's feet in 2020 after a party at Kylie Jenner's house in Hollywood Hill. And see, again, this whole situation is just bad because the man never shot Megan Thee Stallion. It's just one bad situation, and I don't understand how could anybody even trust Megan Thee Stallion at this point, guys. Like, I don't see how could anybody trust her knowing that she put this man behind bars over something so petty. And the man get 10 years for this, guys. 10 years. Does that make sense? 10 years of your life gone over a petty situation. It's the industry that put Tory Lanez behind bars. The industry did this to him because he didn't take the oath. He didn't go through with the rituals. You know, he figured out a way to make it. Once you figure out a way to make it, guys, people get upset with you. See, a lot of you folks that are in the live right now, those of you that are going to view the replay, some of you guys have struggled your whole life trying to make it, trying to earn a few dollars here and there. And it's a struggle. A lot of us men, especially black men, we go through it in order to survive in this evil world. And when some of you brothers are able to make it, a lot of people on the outside are trying to figure out how the hell you making it. How are you able to cope and deal with life? And yet we out here struggling and suffering. You know what I mean? And the thing is, it's crazy. And also when I say that, I'm including women too. You know what I'm saying? Women struggle just like everybody else too. But I'm saying it's like when you going through, when you got bills to pay, when you trying to survive and you know, you have those sleepless nights where you're trying to figure out how you're going to get to next week. And you finally figure out a way after years of struggling and you're able to earn money and make a way. That is what happened with Tory Lanez. He figured out how to do it. And now the industry put him behind bars. They did that to him because they don't like to see black men in particular begin to prosper themselves. It's just like if you're a black man and you live in a white community and you're doing well, all the white people mad at you, bro. They're mad at you, fam. I'm just keeping it 1,000 with you because in their minds, you're not supposed to be doing well. I'm just keeping it a buck, fam. It's just the way it goes. There's certain things and certain places a black man is supposed to be in society. And when you elevate yourself, right, it makes other people uncomfortable. It really does. Most of you that live in certain communities, you learn the hard way. People are never happy for you when you're doing well. It's only when you're doing bad, that's when everybody loves you. That's when everybody appreciates you. But the minute you start driving nice, dressing nice, living nice, looking nice, all of a sudden now people giving you that side eye. You can see the jealousy in their face. People are evil, bro. That's why it's best to roll solo. That's why it's best to not have no friends around you. I'm not saying be antisocial. I'm not saying you can't be at gatherings. What I'm saying is just stay out of the way. Stay out of the way and don't have everybody up in your business. Tory should have never been at that party. He should have never been at that party. And I know that they set him up because why would you go to a party to shoot some woman in the foot? Come on now. Y'all were in a vehicle. It was a mistake. Something happened. Nobody deliberately said, you know what? I'm going to shoot you in your foot because I'm trying to ruin my career. They used that opportunity to throw the book at Tory Lanez because they had nothing on him. You know, they had nothing on that man. So to all you brothers and sisters out there, man, if there's anything you can learn from this, man, is when you start doing well, stay out of the way. Stay out of the way. Keep away from a lot of people because they really want to take your life, man. They don't want you to be successful. They don't want you to win. And to all you Hebrew Israelites out there that keep saying Mexicans are our people, they are not our people. You understand? We are not the same people. So please stop pushing that damn lie. Burn that Hebrew Israelite chart because it's a lie. You know what I mean? It's a lie. Those are not your brothers. If they were, there would be no gangs on gang violence in prison. The Mexicans and the blacks would be in total union. You understand what I'm saying? So for this man to try to take Tory's life, that right there can start a war in prison. You know what I mean? Just that alone. But then again, if Tory wasn't linked up with anybody in the penitentiary, then I don't know. I don't know the rules. Only you folks that stay in prison all your damn life, only you know these rules. Because some of y'all glorify this lifestyle like as a black man being in the penitentiary make you some sort of man. It don't make you a man at all. You know, you see some of these guys on YouTube, they be talking about prison life like it's an education, like they in college or something. Like it's pathetic and sick. And I don't see how could anybody feel proud of themselves about that. You know what I mean? I wouldn't even tell nobody about that. If I serve a bunch of damn time in prison, that's nobody's business. That's because of my own mistakes and issues in the past. But it's like black men, they glorify in this mess, you know? So I don't know. Did Tory Lanez break a jailhouse rule? Did he violate somebody? Did he do something wrong? Because I don't see how could you be a dude that just stay out of the way and somebody's trying to take your life. So something had to be done. Something had to been said. A rule had to been broken. And only men that are in the penitentiary understand what was going on. You know what I mean? Somebody know. Because when listen, you just can't go and shank somebody 14 times and others not know that you about to do it. Especially if you're in a gang. So if this Mexican is in a gang, which he most likely is, he just can't go and do that without the gang knowing. So they knew he was going to take out Tory Lanez, but it's a failed attempt. So now what does that mean? There's a possibility that the man who stabbed Tory might undergo some sort of disciplinary action from the gang. I don't know, because this is a failed attempt. He was supposed to kill Tory Lanez and it didn't work. It didn't go down. So I don't know how this is going to be, man, because at this point, Tory is not safe. Tory is not safe right now because somebody else is going to try him. You have to understand how the penitentiary is, guys. You know what I mean? If they did this to Tory and he survives, now it's like the gates are open. People going to now try him. It's like he got to prove himself. You get what I'm saying? It's a real sick place to be in. It's like it's hell on earth. It don't make no sense. You see? We already know he's recovering. You late to the show. You ain't saying nothing new here. We already know that. People be acting like I just now found something out. I've been talked about this a day ago. I've talked about this when it happened. I made a YouTube short. Check it out. Right? Got a ton of stories to talk about. The point is, you don't just recover from being stabbed as if though it's a day in the park. Have you ever been stabbed before? Have any of you ever been stabbed before? Do you know what that feels like? Do you know what it feels like to get stabbed? Getting stabbed is worse than being shot. This man was stabbed 14 times, you know? And it's not a game, you see? And I don't know what he got stabbed with. So he got stabbed with some sort of homemade prison object. But I guarantee you, if you got stabbed with a knife 14 times, man, your whole life is over, man. That fast. A knife will mess you up. You know what I mean? And also, it depends on what kind of knife it is, too. Some type of knives, you get stabbed with it. Once the knife go in, you puncture different things. And then when you pull the knife out, it rips other things out. They can't patch you up, bro. It's worse than getting shot. You know what I mean? It's sick. Yeah, Tory Lanez is, not Tory Lanez. What's that? Megan Thee Stallion is a damn devil, bro. Like, I don't know how could anybody in the industry trust that woman, bro. Like, seriously, you threw that man's life away over something that was either a mistake, perhaps it was somebody else's gun, or maybe it was Tory's gun, but somebody else had it and it went off. Again, she got shot in her foot. You get what I'm saying? So that's a gun that went off. That's not somebody shooting somebody. But they pressed Megan Thee Stallion to push the case so that they could put Tory away. Because again, Megan, she basically sold her soul to the devil already. Megan Thee Stallion sold her soul to the devil already. She already took the oath. You see what I'm saying? She's a part of the Illuminati, bro. She took the satanic ritual. She drank the blood. So once they came to her, they was like, look, we need to put Tory Lanez behind bars. We need you to testify. We need you to say this. Don't say it was no accident. Don't let him get off. He did that on purpose. He did it to you. Yes, he tried to harm you. Say it, okay? All right, I'll do it. I'll do it. And they put this man away for 10 years. Come on, man. 10 years? Come on. 10 years. But yet we got people out here that murder people and don't even get no prison time. Come on, y'all. The world is wicked, man. So, hey, we wishing Tory Lanez a speedy recovery, man. It's unfortunate. I did another video yesterday, early in the day, when I did my my live stream. I'm going to upload that too, where I kind of briefly talked about the situation with Tory Lanez. You know what I'm saying? But I'll still upload it. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But yeah, we hoping that he have a speedy recovery and hope that he actually get out of prison early, because that ain't a place for him, man. He should have never went there, man. And it's just sad that he ain't have the proper representation to fight for him. And this is why I don't trust these attorneys, because with the money he put out for his representation, it's like, how y'all didn't clear this man? It's like they all work together. You know? It's crazy, man. You said I think she asked him for help. I don't know what his relationship was with Megan Thee Stallion. I don't know if he was dating her. I don't know what the hell was going on, but for her to push for this man to get locked up like this, it must have been some personal relationship they had, and it went south and something went wrong. And here's the thing. If you notice, guys, once Tory got arrested for the whole situation with Megan Thee Stallion, you didn't notice that Megan Thee Stallion's career went up, because he was used as a blood sacrifice, guys. Megan blood sacrificed Tory. Y'all ain't see that? Y'all ain't recognize that? Her career went up the minute Tory went in behind bars. Her career went up. She sacrificed him, y'all. The industry is wicked, I'm telling you. She sacrificed him. The industry came to her and said, look, you need to sacrifice him to elevate your career. And once that happened, her career elevated. All of a sudden, now she became popular. All of a sudden, man. Before the Tory incident, she was there, but she wasn't popping. I don't even listen to that woman, bro. Like, I never sat back and watched or listened to a damn Megan Thee Stallion. I don't even understand what the hell is, like, Megan Thee Stallion. A stallion is a male horse. So to call yourself Megan Thee Stallion is to say you're a male. So, I mean, it just doesn't even make any sense, bro. You know? So it is what it is, man. Like I said, man, speedy recovery to Tory Lanez. Hopefully he get out of prison early and they protect him while he in prison. But like I said, man, when you behind those walls, and a situation like this happen, he becomes an open target. And the only way people are going to respect him is if he put in work. And it's one of them type of situations where it's like, you got a 10-year bid, you trying to do your time and come home, but now it's like everybody looking at you like, yo, bro, you gotta get some get back on that, fam. Nobody ain't gonna respect you, dog. So now it turns you into an animal now. Now you gotta do something to somebody. And I hope that he don't resort to that, because then he's never coming home. But that's how the penitentiary is. It turns you into a savage, turns you into an animal, and you got to do these things to survive. Sometimes you have to do the things to pretty much survive. You know, I could say one thing here on video, but then again, I'm not in the penitentiary. So at the end of the day, you really don't know till you there, and you got to face the demons that are there. So Tory may be put in a situation where he got to take somebody out. You know, those circumstances may come up. You may go into prison for 5 years thinking you're just going to serve your time and go home. And next minute, somebody rush you to try to take you out. And it's like either you or him. So what are you going to do? You end up murdering the guy, and then you end up getting more time. So it's like, damn, what the hell, man? I'm damned if I do, damned if I don't. You know, there's no winners. And this is why the penitentiary is not a place for a black man. It's not a place for any man. It's a place for animals. You know what I mean? If you're a man and you out here getting money, you're supposed to be making sure you stay as far away from prison as possible. You know what I mean? That's why I'm the type of guy that, you know, somebody could be provoking me to anger. Somebody could be provoking me to the point where I would want to take them out. And the thing is, I think about the consequences before I react. You know what I mean? I'm not weak and emotional. I think about the consequences. I think about, man, if I did this, what's going to happen? If I did this, where my family going to be? If I did this, what am I going to do? So I got to think about my actions and where it's going to take me first. And this is something a lot of black men don't do. They react out of emotion, and then they end up in prison for the rest of their life. And it's not worth it. It's not worth it, man. So we're going to get up on out of here, man. Y'all have a blessed day, a blessed morning. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all probably getting ready to head out on the road, do your thing, you know, drive safe. Have a blessed day. We'll be back with more content later on. Right? So again, speedy recovery to Tory Lanez. You know, hope they keep him safe in the penitentiary, man. But again, I don't know, man. I really don't know, because you can't trust nobody in the pen, bro. You really can't. There is no friends, bro. There's no loyalty, man, unless you're a part of some sort of gang and you're gang affiliated. It's like, I don't know, man. It's just crazy. And then again, we don't know what Tory did, guys. We really don't know what he did. It's unfortunate. We don't know if he joined with a certain crew that got beef with another crew. I don't know what the hell going on. It's a bunch of politics, man. And only those that are in the penitentiary understand that mess. You know what I mean? But hey, it is what it is, man. Rate, comment, and subscribe. We out of here, y'all. Y'all take care. Ringo TV Reactions salute you. You have a blessed day.
If you like our content, consider supporting via Cash App at $Ringo TV Raw. Become a patron on patreon.com for exclusive video content not shown on YouTube. You could also support through PayPal at paypal.me/Ringo TV Raw. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell to be notified of new content. Follow me on Instagram at Ringo TV Raw.
This is Ringo TV Reactions, the only channel on YouTube bringing you the truth, 100% raw and uncut. I'm out. Peace.